Let's talk plant grow lights because it's autumn and our plants need it. Hello everyone, welcome back. It is fall where I am, autumn, so it is very gloomy outside right now. We are apparently expecting a storm, a big one, named Benjamin. We will see how it goes. But that also means that there is less light for your plants. Because one, the sun is further away from Earth, meaning the light is less strong. And two, it is also less hours of light. It gets darker earlier and it gets light later, at least where I am in the world. Maybe you're lucky and you're in a tropical place. Then this video is not so much useful for you, unless you live in a basement, maybe. Anyway, I think most of us live in places where there are seasons, and especially if you're in a more gloomy place, less sunshine, then the plants can use some extra help. So in this video, I'm going to show you all of my grow lights. I'm gonna share how much they cost, what I like about them, what I don't like about them, and also my discount codes for basically all of them. And also I have affiliate links, which if you use them is very helpful for me. It brings a small amount of money to me. So all of that information will be in the description and is actually in every video's description. So if you're ever looking for those codes, you can go in any video description. And also on my website, plantwithroos.com/faves. If you scroll down a little bit, there is an overview of the products that I love and that I have affiliate codes with. Also some that I don't have affiliate codes with, but that I just love. It goes from grow lights and plant stuff to even beautiful bags. Wait, I'm gonna grab them. I have two of this brand. This is vegan leather, the one I showed you previously because I got the cute thingy for it, the cute pillow keychain. It's a very cool brand called Oh My Bag. I don't know why I decided to show you this right now, but these are vegan leather bags. And I have a code for Archer and Olive if you like journaling, random stuff that I personally love and that I got affiliate codes for. But let's get to the lights, and actually let's start small, as in small price. Because here in the Netherlands there is a shop called intoled.com. I think they sell to like Belgium and Germany as well as the Netherlands. I looked on the website and they actually ship to so many countries in Europe. I don't know if it's all of Europe, but it looks like it because it's a lot. Some countries do have very high shipping, but check out the list if you're interested. And their lights, I just had a cookie. Maybe there's some crumbs on my face though. Their lights are, you can see those bottom ones here are that light. They are not officially grow lights, but they are under 10 euros per light, which is amazing. I have, just one right now under there. I also had one in my medium-sized terrarium, my first terrarium, that I got somewhere in 2020. And I put that light in then, and just a few months ago, it stopped working. But it worked for like 5 years for a light that's less than 10 euros. And the plants love it. I actually have Hoyaaa underneath. I used to have my Hoyaaa shelves full of these lights, but as you can see, they are a bit bright, like blue light. So a few years ago, I switched my Hoyaaa cabinet to Sansi lights, which I will talk about later. But I did notice when I had my Hoyaaa underneath the cheap lights, they're called LED batten on the website. I will link everything down below, but that's, I guess, the name we're gonna use for them. I saw my Hoyaaa getting pink, like getting their sun stress in this light. So it doesn't have to be a grow light to bring benefits to your plants. So I really like them. They're kind of water resistant because I had mine in the terrarium for 5 years, and I made sure that the connection part was outside of the terrarium, outside of the high humidity environment. They're very easy to install. I think one of my friends with a plant shop also uses them and has them all over the place. Like underneath shelves, they're very easy as well because you can just screw, there's little click thingies that you screw into the shelves and then the light clicks in there. So that's perfect. And I think they also have less blue ones, which is to do with the Kelvin, I think, in the name. Whether it's warmer light or more blue. I don't mind for this spot because it's like my sad Hoyaaa spot and it's in a corner where it's not when we're sitting on the sofa, it's very bright blue light anymore. Which it used to be, but my boyfriend said I feel like I'm in a fish bowl. So I moved the bright lights here and then more chill lights in the living room in the end. The main thing that I want to say is they are very affordable if you don't have a lot of money right now. They're great. They are not grow lights, but they work well for plants. They're easy to install, but you do need to order a plug with it. The light itself comes without a plug. It's kind of handy because if you're doing more shelves, you can put multiple on one plug. If you're a little bit electrician handy, it's not very hard. Oh, and they also have longer versions. I think mine is 30 centimeters long. They also have 60 and 120 and I think even 150. My boyfriend uses some of those. He stole all my grow lights basically. He uses them in the shed to shape his surfboards. So that's where most of mine have gone now. Overall, I'm very happy and the brand is just good quality. Even though they're not officially grow lights, they get the double thumbs up from me because I often don't have much money. So it's very helpful to have a cheap option. I get it if you don't have like 50 or 200 euros for a grow light, but you do want your plants to be happy as soon as possible. And that actually leads me nicely into the paid partner of this video, BetterHelp, which I am so grateful for because one negative pattern in my life is money struggles. And that is not something we often openly talk about, but it's something that affects my life every day. Because as you can imagine, money being tight brings me stress and worry, which is not good for my concussion recovery. But then the concussion is also the reason why money is tight, because my work options are very limited because of my symptoms. Most jobs that I did before, like working in service industry, working in an office, teaching yoga classes on a weekly basis, I cannot do anymore because of the long-lasting concussion. And this has been a challenge for over 5 years now. Having to rely financially on my boyfriend for that long has been really frustrating and disappointing. But with the help of my BetterHelp therapist, actually, I'm realizing that I'm not prioritizing income like I could. For example, I focus on my weekly videos and not so much the paid collaborations like this one. I work on posts for social media when I could also be working on maybe other jobs that I could do for money. So now I am trying to create some structure and clarity about money so that I can hopefully continue doing this amazing YouTube job and plant content creation for many years to come because it brings me so much joy. By the way, if you want to support me on this, you can join my YouTube membership or my Patreon. There is extra content on there behind the scenes, a private Discord chat, and also monthly Zoom calls. That would be very helpful. I am very grateful for my therapist for the help and also for being a little bit strict to help me realize what I can improve. Outside help is so important when we're struggling with a negative pattern, especially when it is a topic that you find hard to talk about with friends or family. BetterHelp is on a mission to make starting therapy easier. They'll connect you with a credentialed therapist who is trained to listen and give you helpful, unbiased advice. Fill out a questionnaire and you will match with a therapist as soon as possible, and you can easily switch therapists at any time at no extra cost if it is not the right fit. Click the link in the description or go to betterhelp.com/yogaandplant for 10% off your first month of therapy. Now back to the video. I guess we're going in order of price. So the next step up are Sansi grow lights. They are really affordable. I feel like they are shipping worldwide. I want to say they're based in China, but I'm not 100% sure. I have a discount code with them and an affiliate link if you want to use it. Plant with Rose is the code here. For most things, it's Plant with Rose. And I have 2 different Sansi grow lights here in the Hoyaaa cabinet. I brought you a little bit closer. Let me just quickly show off a Hoyaaa that has been doing really well. It's currently growing new leaves and it has 2 branches from a tiny little plant. So impressive. So that's the effect of these lights, and I can't take them out. They are very small little round lights that you can stick to your shelves. They're very low wattage, I don't know what. So that helps for the electricity bill. And I feel like they give enough light. They aren't as bright as some of my other grow lights. They're also not as bright as the LED batten lights. So I definitely did notice that I need to have the Hoyaaa a little bit closer to them to get, because Hoyaaa need quite a lot of light, or they do well in lots of light. This distance works. Wait, if I stand here, it might focus on it. So I have one under here for this shelf, and then one under here for this shelf, and again here and here and one here. I think they come in like 2 lights per plug. I put 3 in this cabinet and linked them all together so they're all together on a timer. They're a little bit warm, but not hot. I mean, the glue of the stickers is still on there. I think I put it on 2022, 2023. So it's been on there quite a while. And then recently I got, wait, I have to move you a little bit. I got this light as well. I don't know if you can see, it's a little clip with 3 different lights. And they are basically the same light as we have in the cabinet, only with a bulb to screw it into and then the moving arms. And I got this one because my beautiful Anthurium pallidiflorum doesn't have a spot to live anymore. It used to live in the living room, but we redid those cabinets. I've shared a little bit about that. There will be renovation videos about it soon as well. The only place I could think of to put it, for now at least, is here. And it did not get enough light here because it's so far, like that's our north facing window. It's very low here. It's right above at the ceiling. And there is a new leaf over here. So I decided to get this light. It does look like this one burnt the light a bit because it's quite close. What I like about this one is that it's very versatile. You can use it on like shelves to give plants some light in the front, which is also going to help the plants to look nice, especially aeroids and stuff. The leaves turn towards wherever the light is. So if you can have a clip on the front of your shelves, the leaves will turn forward and look adorable. These are all pretty affordable. They have some bigger ones, some more extensive ones. If you have a grow tent or something like that, they have those lights as well for affordable prices. They're, like I said, not the brightest, but I think they're good quality for how affordable they are. Welcome to the bathroom. It is really gloomy outside now and about 4 p.m. So I hope you can see me. And you'll see this light flickering, which I'm leaving on because we're talking about the light. But somehow these bulbs in this setting in the bathroom, they flicker. And it has something to do with the camera settings, like the frames per minute, compared to the light, which create a flicker. I have tried to change everything, but it still flickers. So we're just gonna roll with it. I did switch one of them off so that I can show you, but it's still really warm because it's been on all day. So I will show you that in a second. First, I will tell you what they are, because these are 2 Vita grow bulbs from Soltech. My discount code for Soltech is also Plant with Rose. I have a link as well, which should automatically give you the discount. And they are very practical if you already have a light somewhere and you just want to switch the bulb out for an actual grow light. As you can see, it is nice and bright, and you can't see on this one because I switched it off. I guess I can just show you it in the light. This, okay, ignore. Oh my gosh, look how dusty that is. So we used one of the IKEA lights with like a thin thing so that it could be right over these beautiful, this is a palm tree, my boyfriend's palm tree. It's a special, more tropical palm. It's called a bottle palm. It was growing here, but it was not getting enough light. So my mom had the IKEA light secondhand. We put a grow bulb in it, and I wanted a little bit extra of light because I have some aeroids here on moss poles. So we bought this little light at the secondhand shop. I don't know, for like €2, just to appreciate how good of a cleaning lady I am to myself. Oh, dust is everywhere. But inside is the bulb. It is really heavy for this small light because this part is not very strong, but it works. They are beautiful. The whole thing is black, so it kind of looks stylish even though it's just a bulb, basically. Sorry, the dust is making my face itchy. I'm very happy with these. They are very bright. Soltech lights are really, really bright in my experience. I had to look at the price for you. According to the website currently, they're about €90 for a light. So I don't know how much that is in USD. I will put it on the screen, hopefully. And the discount will give you a lower price, of course. Let me see if I can screw it out now. It cools down pretty fast. Dusty. This is what it looks like. They are really heavy. You can feel that they are well made, and you just screw it in. I'm sure they also have a different type of screw in. This is what we use in Europe. So I don't know how it works on other sides of the world, but they ship to different countries. The only thing that I struggle with, I have a lot of Soltech lights. I will show you more in a second. I keep being distracted by the screen from this flickering light behind me. Wait. I'm just gonna switch it off so that it looks a little bit more calm. Oh, still looks quite nice. See? From our regular ceiling lights. So the only thing that I don't like about this is when you're outside of the US, you probably have to pay import duties and taxes and all that stuff. Because these lights are a little bit more pricey, that means you also pay more duty. I think that's what it's called, duty or taxes or something. So I'm lucky to work with them, so they send these lights to me. But it definitely, especially if you have, the light I have upstairs is several €100, so then import costs will add even more money to that. So for that, if you are in Europe, that's a consideration that you have to keep in mind. But the quality is amazing, the plants love it. I will show you a few more in a second around the house. I have 3 more different lights from them. But these are the Vita bulbs. I think they're one of the more affordable ones, but don't quote me on that because I don't know the prices. We moved into the living room. It is a little bit crooked. Ooh, can you hear the beeps? I now know that's my neighbor and her temporary mobility scooter. It's not the laundry that I forgot or something. So we have another grow light here. This one is one of my oldest ones. And it is the Soltech Aspect grow light. Look at how bright that is. It is a pendant light that is super handy. It does get a little bit warm, but as you can see, it's been on all day and I can just, it's not hot. So that's good. This part might be a little bit more warm. It comes with a beautiful, this is what I like about Soltech, the details. The thread, cable is kind of covered in linen or something, so it looks really pretty as well, and it's in the same color as the light. So if you get the black one, I think the thread cable thing is also in black. This one used to be here lighting up my big Monstera plants, but I noticed that they were growing towards the light, especially the Thai constellation. So instead of the leaves being towards me, where I can see all the pretty leaves, they were up. So you just saw the side of the leaves, which didn't look as nice. So instead, especially after we renovated this cabinet, which you cannot see, this one, that meant the terrarium had to move, my small or like medium-sized terrarium. So I moved it into this corner, and then that week, the light that I have in it broke. This is the LED batten light that had been in there for 5 years. So I thought I might as well keep the top of the terrarium kind of open, so that the plants inside get light from the Soltech grow light. And so far this has worked really well. I used to grow more Hoyaaa and stuff in this terrarium, which I don't do anymore because they would need a little bit more light or to be closer to the light, which is what I did with these 2 beauties, my variegated obovata, inner variegated Matilda. They are on top of the terrarium and kind of on the, there's like a metal grid thing. So these are on there and they're not blocking the light going into the terrarium. And you can see maybe, I don't know if it's too dark, but it's growing new leaves here. It's definitely happy with this amount of light. And then also we have like the melanochrysum there that gets some light. We have some anthurium around. So it puts out a lot of light. I actually have a light meter somewhere that I used to use to measure how much light lights put out. But I don't know where it is. I think it's really cool to realize, especially for how close you want your plants to be to it and how much light is coming into your house. You can buy them for very cheap online for like, I think mine was €11 or something. And then you get an idea of the difference between the plant being in full sun in your south facing window and it being 1 meter away from it. Because there's such a drop already in the amount of light and the strength of the light. Also the difference between seasons. So I will link, I bought it from Amazon. I'm not a huge fan of that, but I do have a link for it, which I will share in the description as well. If you can find it somewhere else, even better. Don't send money to the big companies. I don't care if you don't use my code for that. But I have some older videos where I do show you this. For now, we're just talking about the lights and my pros and cons. My con for this one is that it is pretty bright. We have it in the living room. Sometimes my boyfriend asks me to switch it off at night because it is really bright. But what I do like about them, I didn't say that about the other lights, but they are very warm. There's a few grow lights that are more cool, especially the LED strip things. These are very warm and like, also it's like a spotlight. Hello, beautiful plants. Like on the stage following the ballerina around. But it's a very pleasant color of light. The only thing I don't like about it, that's what I was gonna say, is not anything to do with the product, but with how I would use a hanging light. I think I would prefer now, upstairs I have another thing that I will show you in a second, a light that you can aim. And they did tell me something about a product being developed to do that, to switch your hanging light to a more aiming light, but I don't know more about that yet. I should message them. It was my first one from Soltech. It's super high quality, it's super bright, it's still lasting. I think I've had this at least 4 years. It's doing great still. Oh yeah, and my discount code Plant with Roos works for them. It's definitely a nice switch because I saw on the website, I was just looking them up, that an Aspect is 215 euros. And then with my discount code, it is 183. So it makes a big difference. If you are in Europe, again, remember with the importing stuff, but the discount will definitely help to make it more affordable. There's one more light in this living room that I want to show you. And unfortunately, it is not in the most aesthetically pleasing spot because this is my work desk. We have Maggie here as well. Can you see her? She loves chilling on here. So down here, I temporarily put this beautiful light by Mother Life. They are a Belgium company. So if you, hello, putting myself in the spotlight. If you are in Europe, this is a great brand to look into because they're in Belgium. So there's no import fees wherever you are in the EU, at least. They are a very beautiful brand. I think these lights are 200 euros. This is, it's very bright, as you can see. I'm blinded. This is the longer one. They also have, I think it's the 32 and the 16 inch. So the smaller one is half of this and then this is the longer one. They have many, oh, I'm blinding you, sorry. They have many different ways to install it. This is just, I'm blinding myself. This is a little foot that you screw on the bottom of it. And that means that you can put it down like this and it will light up your plants. If you know Sydney Plant Guy, which who doesn't know him? He's amazing. Then you know that they also have a new version, which is twice as long because he was MacGyvering 2 lights on top of each other. And they, I don't know if they were inspired by him, but they have a longer one now as well. Because it's, when you have moss poles, it's nice to have a taller one. And with this brand, I have a affiliate link, but it's not gonna give you a discount probably. I'm not sure. They are really high quality. Oh, I was saying how you can install them. So that's one way. You can also hang it. I have this one in the big terrarium as well. So there's little ways that you can install it as a light hanging like this. And then it can rotate as well, which I use in the terrarium to aim it a little bit more up to the top of the wall or a little bit more down if the plants at the bottom need a little bit more light. So it's very versatile. It's also, I can hold it easily. It's slightly warm, but not hot. It is spatwater, like it's water resistant, as in when splashes of water come on it, then it's fine. So it's really well made and pretty bright. It is slightly less warm light than the Soltech ones, but it's definitely not blue like the cheapy ones. So I think it's a nice color of light, but I do have my boyfriend sometimes at night, he wants this one off if we're chilling on the sofa because it is, as you can see, offering a lot of light and he likes his living room to be more chill vibes. I wonder, I'm gonna hang up my yearly festive lights, like the Christmassy lights around the window and everything. He doesn't even like those on, even though they're so vibey and so cute. So it's nothing to do with the grow lights, but with his preference. I have 2 of this right now. And it's very just easy to work with, high quality. You can just tell by how it's made that they love their product and they're very passionate about it. So that's awesome. And of course, it's a Belgium company, so that's our neighbors. I like that. I have it down here right now. I'm gonna aim you a little bit lower so you can see the plants. We have a little Thai constellation here that is in recovery in my care. And then also some Hoyaaa that we're definitely struggling for winter. There's such a difference with the amount of light that I get, even in my south-facing window, because on the opposite side of the house, there are some big buildings. And in summer, the sun goes over. But in winter or fall, autumn, the sun gets blocked by this building for quite a lot of hours of the day. So I'm very happy with how this works. Ooh, and as you can tell, this light doesn't create a flicker. So I've actually used it as a filming light as well. When I was filming in darker spots, I've put this light there to enlighten me, that because it's not, the Soltech one is really like a spot on just the prima ballerina, kind of like I was saying before. This one is more of a like a wide light, so it's really good for lighting up a very dark spot when you're filming as well. There's no code, I think. There's just the affiliate link, which I will put in the description. Okay, it's getting darker and darker. We are currently in my little study room. Actually, it's become my boyfriend's study because I always work downstairs where Maggie was, because then I can just see all the plants and cuddle the cats. It's more fun for me. So this is now my boyfriend's office and our clothing storage. We have one grow light in here that I am a little bit unsure about. If you're looking for a smaller, less bright light, like for underneath cabinets or something, just in the kitchen where you then also can grow some plants. Hey, commies! Come to say hello. Yes, hello. He is so heavy. He is a chunky boy. But no hate to that. We love chunky boys. Hello. Hello, YouTube. Oh, cuddles for you, my friend. Yeah, you don't want to be lifted up. Okay. He wants attention, but he does not like being held or lifted up. So I'm letting him be, and I'll give him attention in a second because I need to make use of the little daylight that we still have. It's about 4:30 now. I'm taking a long time to film this video because I keep getting distracted and I keep just stimming and staring out the window because I want to do it right and share all the things that I want to share with you. So let me tell you what this light is first, actually. So this is the... Can I take it out? I thought there was a way to take it out. Hello, Editing Rose here. There is actually a way to take it out. There you go. You can slide... Is this going to work with the cable? I hope so. You can slide the clippies out of the thingy, and then this is what I was talking about. This part is magnetic. How it's installed. Super smart. So this, I'm gonna hold it here. Oh, there we go. This is the Soltech Grove light. It does look quite similar to the mother light, but it has some different features. One of them being that it is connected with a magnetic thingy, which I am obsessed with actually. And also it doesn't have a stand, so it's always connected with these little feet to either be screwed into a shelf or with sticky tape put on a shelf, or like this on a wall but mounted onto something. And what I do like about it is that it has a system where you touch it twice, it switches off, and then it switches back on just with touching the light itself. I don't necessarily use that because it is plugged in on the timer, so it just switches on and off whenever. And I think you're also able to dim it that way by holding it. Clearly, I never use this feature because it can actually dim. I don't know if it's gonna work while I'm holding it. No, I'm gonna hang it up for you. One sec. So we're just gonna slide this back in. And this. There we go. Turn it down onto the plants. And then when you want to dim it, you tap and you hold it. And then it slowly becomes less light. I don't know if it's visible, but it's becoming very, very low light. See, it's still on, but not very bright. I personally don't use this feature because I like a lot of light on my plants. And also it's here in not a spot that's kind of needs to be dimmed. But I think it's really helpful if it is in your living room or like your living spaces. Then you can dim it a little bit at night or in the morning and it's more fitted with the vibe. Sometimes the full bright lights can be a little bit intense, as I've mentioned a few times already in this video. My boyfriend doesn't always like the full lights being on, so he could just dim it and make it more pleasant for his eyeballs, and then later on I can make it more pleasant for the plants again. Tap, hold, becoming brighter again. Ooh, yeah. For me, it's more important that the plants are happy than that it's aesthetically pleasing. Although you can see this light is a nice color. This is the normal room lights. It's basically the same kind of warmth. It is a nice light. I think it's a little bit more affordable compared to the other Soltech lights. It is definitely, for here, like, it looks like a nice light. It doesn't look like, oh, there's a grow light setup right there. It's pleasant. And I have a setup of different Hoyaaa underneath here, like my beautiful Hoyaaa Clementiorum cuttings, because my big plant struggled a lot recently. And yeah, that needed to be, he didn't have roots I don't know the gender of this plant, but it didn't have roots anymore, so I needed to chop it up. I sold some cuttings recently on Instagram, and these are the 3 that look at the veins, that I kept for myself. I don't know if you'll be able to see, but there is a new leaf on this one. It's not going to be the easiest to see. So it seems that this light, even though it's not super bright, is giving enough light to the Hoyaaa to grow. Ooh, I see some roots as well. That's awesome. Look over here. Can you see? Yeah. So that's amazing. That means that I was able to restart one of my favorite Hoyaaa of all time. And there's just boxes of struggling Hoyaaa under here. I would normally say this might be a better light for other plants that are happy with a little bit less light, because it's not super bright and they need to be quite close to it to get the benefits. I have this one as well here. This is yellow variegated alocasia. It's definitely doing really well, looking beautiful. Oh, the variegation on this also actually looks really good. It hasn't looked that good in a while, so that's exciting. I'm going to turn it back to the light. I'm happy with this light. Actually, I'm surprised. I was a little bit negative about it in my brain, but as I'm looking at it and talking about it, I actually like it, because it's perfect for this room. It doesn't always have to be a huge, I'm telling this to myself, it doesn't always have to be a huge spotlight of amounts of light, like I'm going to show you now. But this is the Grove Soltech light. Also, my discount code will work for that, Plant with Roos. To show you the last light, I actually need to remove laundry, and I really hope that we have enough light left so that you can still see me while I talk about the light. So let me do that quickly. Whew, okay, we made it. This is our bedroom corner. Our upstairs is all one open space basically, but this is above our bed. Oh, I'm out of breath from that. And I have one very cool Soltech light here that is called the Highland system. And it's basically a bar that you kind of screw or click into different spots, and the light itself is basically like an Aspect grow light, the hanging one I showed you earlier, but it's on a little handle so you can aim it in any direction you want. You can rotate them in all directions. You can also make them go more up or down. This one is a little bit hot to hold. If you're holding it tightly for longer, it's a little bit intense. It also just started raining, so I don't know if you can hear that, because we're in like an attic space now. This is the one, I have 3 lights on it. I really like this one, like I said, because it aims at different plants. For example, I have a shelf here with the beautiful Fridex that are alocasia, so they like more light. So I can easily aim the light on them and not so much, for example, on the plant right next to it. Woo! I got a penis in the face. Plant penis. This is my beautiful, ooh, it's so dark. This is Anthurium vendlingeri, which you can maybe tell by the amazing, look at that, the amazing spirally inflorescence. It's actually putting out pollen right now, I think. Because look, if I touch it, it's on my finger. So I should collect some pollen, maybe. I didn't want to pollinate this one because the plant had had a bit of a struggle. and I prefer, you literally can't see anything because it's so dark. Let's see if we can make it a little bit better. Yeah, I love these lights. They're so cool. So this lives more just on the outer edge of the light, which means it still gets light, but not direct, if that makes sense. It's kind of like indirect sunlight. It gets a lot of light, but not right on the leaves. It doesn't burn them and they stay nice and dark. I have my variegated Bilietia here, which is struggling. These were the leaves before. I tried to size the leaves up. What I got was these 2 leaves. Tiny. Look at that. That's the size of my fingernail, when this one was definitely the size of my hand. So I don't know. It is growing a new root, so maybe the next one will be a little bit better. I do see a little point, so stay tuned for that. I have some beautiful anthurium here. This is a Bessier hybrid that's really sizing up. See? The last leaf was this one. I don't know if it comes across, but that's a much bigger leaf. And it's growing a little pup on the side. See the little baby in there? I've noticed that quite a few of my anthurium have started to grow pups on their own, which is great for me because either you get a fuller pot or you can harvest the pup and sell it and pay for your mortgage. Because you've seen the ad, hopefully. Money is tight right now. Now I admit this Highland system is for someone with a higher budget, but it is definitely worth the investment, even though I work with them, so it's kind of easy for me to say. But because it's so versatile, you can rotate it in all directions. You can put just 1 light on your thing or like 4 or 5, so you can make it work for your space. And it seems that the plants are really liking it. I'm holding this queen because it was there and it's growing really well. It looks cute in the screen. Plus you can't see the light even because it is so bright. One light I kind of forgot about in this video is the light in my aquarium. It's just what the secondhand old aquarium came with. So it's not a grow light, but it seems to be working okay for the begonia. So my main lesson for picking a grow light is find your budget so that you know what can you spend. That's the most important, of course. I don't want you to go into debt for a grow light for your plants. If you don't have money, they will survive without grow lights. The rain is becoming more and more. It's almost like dark outside now. It is almost 5. I hope you can still hear me properly. If you are deciding to buy something from one of these brands, I would really appreciate it if you use my affiliate link, my discount code. It really helps me. And it also gives you a discount, so that's better for your budget. And then I hope that my honest feedback about these brands helps you to know a little bit more what works for you. I love all the brands that I've shown, otherwise I wouldn't have them, but there's definitely differences in budget, in quality, in the kind of light that you get, whether it's pleasant to your partner and your other people in your house, and yourself, of course, but I feel like as plant parents, we more easily overlook discomfort in order for our plants to be happy. Or is that just me? I don't know. I think that's it for this video. If you enjoyed it, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe below if you haven't already. You can click the bell, then you get notified every time I upload, which is pretty regularly right now. I post the yoga video every week and then the plant video, and I'm also working on renovation video. I'm just waiting for some feedback from a collaboration for the next renovation video, so that is hopefully coming soon once they confirm and I can put it out. I really enjoy making plant content, so I'm just gonna do my best to keep it going. That's why I made this video as well. Sharing all the affiliate links reminds myself to share them more often. Also, it might be time for you to buy your bulbs for your garden soon and your caladium bulbs. You can do that at Farmer Gracie, where I have an affiliate link and discount code, which is Roos. That helps me as well. So thank you so much. Thank you for watching this video. Even if you're not buying anything, you watching and commenting and giving the little like is so helpful. It makes me really happy always to read the comments. The likes show YouTube and myself that I'm doing a good job. So thank you so much for being here, and we will see you in the next video. Happy growing in autumn if you are, like me, in a very gloomy, stormy, rainy weather. Bye!